What's going on, everybody? Thank you so much for joining. Hope you're having a great one today. As always, today we got a fun one. We are taking a look at Shazam. Oh, it's like magic. Amazing how that worked. So today we got Toys Battalion, the champion. I've seen some not so flattering photos of this, so I kind of have high hopes, low expectations. But we're going to crack on into him, see what he's like, and hopefully he is better than what I've seen. Now, if you are interested, he is pretty easily accessible at the moment. You can get this guy from Giantoy, onesixthoutfitters, or you can go through onesixthkit, which is where I happen to go for this particular fella. Brown boxes, kind of generic. The actual box is not bad. He's definitely rattling around in there, which makes me a bit worried. For those that are wondering, that's the brown box. So really nothing special there. But more importantly, we'll take a look and see what we got in here. Now, like I said, he did seem to be clunking around when I was flipping the box over. Hopefully, that doesn't mean he's like horribly loosely packed or anything like that. Doesn't particularly seem like it. But we'll go ahead and get him on out of here and take a look-see. So right from the get-go, I could tell why people are not too fond of it. And also there is some stuff moving around in this here accessory pack, so we'll go ahead and deal with that real fast. Maybe we'll just start in reverse. Yikes. There's electricity's all over the place. So you get these cool little electricity effects that you can basically clip onto his hands and give him his fun little Shazam zapping powers. They did not particularly package those too well, so I might have to do some rearranging. I don't know what they were expecting. Maybe that works. Not really. Yeah, we'll play with that later. You do also get this, which is awesome. So you get the little Dr. Pepper, his beer, a Pepsi, chicken leg? I think that's a chicken leg. Turkey leg, maybe. Looks like it. Hot wing. Maybe it's a hot wing. Maybe a pretty big hot wing. I digress. So those are kind of fun. Definitely cool little add-ons for him. Now, the big complaint that I had heard about this guy is the size of his heads. You get 3 different head sculpts, and I have heard that they are not very proportioned with his body. There's the base, if you were wondering. Pretty standard, kind of cool. I like that there's no actual nameplate on there. You don't really need it, but they give you a space if you want to paint one on. But in any event, I've heard a few different stories that they basically just scaled down some of the statue head sculpts. Honestly, from glancing at him while he's in the box, definitely does look a bit on the large side. But we'll see once we get him out. If we get him out. I should have expected my arch nemesis tape would make an appearance. Alright. Oh, come on. There we go. Mission complete. Get out of there. And I suppose we should probably rotate him and all of that good stuff. So you do obviously get some extra hands. If you were wondering, we'll take a quick glance at one. Really nothing special. They actually are pretty decent, though. At least as far as quality of the plastic and material. And, you know, got some good detail on them. You know, as far as hands go, no complaints there. The extra heads, you get 3. This one is awesome and is the one that I am most excited for. I guess we'll take a look at those in just a bit. But for now, let's take a look at this fella. So honestly, well, that didn't go as planned. All right, we have some plan to do. All right. So I don't think that was supposed to happen, but you do get to change his hands anyway, so it's not like it's the end of the world. You would think I would learn and be more gentle with this, but clearly not the case. Can I cheat? That's probably a bad idea. Yep, I feel like that was a bad idea. Alright, I'm going to borrow a knife again. Cursed tape. Stay there, buddy. One thing I will recommend, if you do end up getting anything like this, don't just yank it open like I do. Usually bad stuff happens. I'm definitely more careless than I should be, to say the very least. But hey, if you were wondering, his feet do come off. There's a look at one of his shoes up close and personal. I actually did some really good weathering on that. It actually looks really good. I digress. Back on you go. Hopefully. Alright. Foot's back on. We're in good shape. Almost. Get the hand. It's a process. We're getting there. Alright, we're in. Let's take a look. There we go. So, honestly, his head is a little bit oversized. I think it's not nearly as bad as some of the photos that I've seen, but it definitely does seem a bit too big for the body. It's really not terrible, though. I can't say it's great, but all things considered, it doesn't look nearly as disproportionate as I've seen some of the photos. As for the actual body, you do get a decent amount of mobility out of him. In theory, you should be able to bend his elbows. They're just being a little stiff. The actual suit feels like it's kind of made of a... almost feels more like a rubber than anything, so it might peel over time. It's kind of a cool material. Not too used to seeing anything like it. I am a little bit concerned that it might bleed onto the cape over time, just because it's, you know, pretty vibrant red. Also, if you were wondering, if you wanted to do a body swap, you would have to basically rip open those seams and go from there. The cape's actually pretty darn well done. I do wish that they would have wired it. Basically not going to get much use out of the hood. Not that he wears it a ton, but kind of a bummer in that regard. As for the extra heads, which to me is probably the most important part, this one is like one of my favorite that I've seen for a 6-scale figure. You get him blowing bubble gum. It's awesome. I like it. It's just a super fun, playful head. So this is probably going to be the one that I end up putting on. Most people seem to like this one the most. I definitely don't disagree with them there. Really, really cool job with that one. Slide that fella back in. And then you also get a happy Shazam. So if you just want him smiling and having a good old time. This one I'm kind of iffy on. I don't think it's the best likeness that I've seen. You know, obviously from certain angles it's going to look like him. You can tell who it is. But comparatively, I think the other two are pretty much where it's at. So not bad by any means. I honestly don't hate the figure. I was worried when I saw some of the photos because I really thought that was going to be an enormous, enormous headpiece. But honestly, it's not terrible. Personally, what I would suggest, if you really want a Shazam, SooSoo's making one. They tend to do really good stuff. I thought there was another company doing one as well, but I couldn't find it when I was doing some Googling, so might just be SooSoo. But this one's not a bad option. I really like Shazam. I'm one of the few people that like Shazam 2 a whole lot, so I was pretty happy to get one and kind of jumped on the first one that came out. I might end up getting the SooSoo one as well, just because I'm a glutton for punishment, and the more the merrier when it comes to some figures. Also, like I said, I'm a pretty big Shazam fan, so can't go wrong there. That'll do it for this one.